Hi everybody, I'm Julie the Whippy Chick, and today I'm going to do my very first book review. It is a crochet book. It is called 10 Granny Squares, 30 Blankets, and it's written by Margaret Hubert. So let's get into it. Okay, so the title of today's book is 10 Granny Squares, 30 Blankets. The author is Margaret Hubert. Ms. Hubert, if you've never heard of her before, has written over 30 books on crochet and knitting. She has taught in her local yarn shop for well over 18 years and was also inducted into the Jean Linehauser Crochet Hall of Fame, which I didn't even know existed, so that is really cool. She has hundreds of patterns and they are available on Ravelry, and actually a lot of her patterns have been featured in magazines such as Crochet World, Crochet, and Simply Crochet, which are huge publications. This lady is so accomplished. So the publisher of today's book was Quarto Publishing Group USA, and the copyright is 2016. Okay, so I love this book. I'm just going to come right out and say it, and I'll tell you what I like about it. First of all, there are 10 different squares, and they have easy to read diagrams. The diagrams are super clear. There's lots of spaces between all of the little stitches. And for those of you who struggle with diagrams, the written instructions are included right next to the diagram. So you can follow either the written diagram exclusively or you can do it together. And having both of them available right side by side is also a really great way to learn to read patterns and to read diagrams, because you can kind of bounce back and forth between the two. So I love that feature. I think that's amazing. Great idea. Okay, the next thing I really like about this book are that there are 3 blanket options for each square. So it's amazing to see how different each blanket looks, considering that they use the exact same square. So the differences are made from variations in color. For example, you would never guess that the rose bouquet blanket and the cappuccino blanket are essentially the same blanket. So these are blankets number 10 and number 11 in the book. So when you see them side by side, they really don't look that similar until you look closely and you realize that that square is exactly the same. Another way that she can make the blankets look different is by using texture and the weight of the blankets. Example of this is blanket number 20, the Big Bold Granny, uses Lion brand Wool Ease, which is a 6-weight yarn. That's really cool. I mean, those squares are really, really huge. Okay, so the next thing I really like about this are the different borders that she uses on each of the blankets. So blanket 29, which is Nikki's Garden, this has an amazing border. I love the little flowers in it. But Nikki's Garden is essentially the same blanket as number 28, which is the Dutch tile. And although the squares are the same, the borders are completely different, giving each blanket a truly unique look. So these are blankets 28 and 29. So check those out. I think they're so, so beautiful. In some cases, the changes are in how the squares are joined, like this Carnival Blanket, which I love. This blanket joins the squares diagonally and uses tassels at the points of each square, so that is the border. So I just think that this is really, really groovy. I love this one. Okay, what else do I love about this book? First, I love that Miss Hubert gives amazing details of the brand and color and amount of yarn that she uses for each blanket project. And she also gives an assembly diagram so you can see exactly how she put it together. This is so helpful. If you want to make the exact blanket that is pictured, you have everything you need here. It's perfect. Love that. Let's see. At the end of the book, this is another thing I really like, there is an abbreviation key as well as diagram symbols. So that's awesome. There are also term conversions at the end, so you know whether you're using USA terminology or UK terminology. You can, go back and forth. Its conversions are all set for you. Last thing I really love about this book is that she demonstrates the techniques used in each project with easy to understand instructions and photos at the end of the book. So you know exactly how to put it together, and if you didn't know what a whip stitch was, she shows you with these pictures, and it's super easy to understand. So I think you're gonna really, really like that. Those are the things I like about this book. Now for the things I didn't like about this book. Okay, what didn't I like about this book? That it's not longer, that there are more projects. Seriously, I couldn't find anything that I didn't like about this book. I loved this book. Nothing I could find in this book to complain about at all. Okay, so who would find this a helpful book? People who enjoy making blankets would totally find this a helpful book. People who are into granny squares would love this book. Someone who is new to reading diagrams, that's my dog. Someone who is new to reading diagrams, I think would find this book super helpful because it does have the written pattern right next to it, and the diagrams are so super clear that when you bounce back and forth between the written instructions and that diagram, it's going to be very helpful to learn how to read diagrams. Next question about this book. Would I purchase it? I personally. Now let me tell you, I am super, super notoriously thrifty. I'm a real penny pincher. And also, I don't like a lot of clutter in my house. I love to read, but I don't have any books in my house. All of my books are on my Kindle. So, you know, it's just this little tiny gadget. So I can take that anywhere. I always have all my books with me. That being said, would I buy this book? I would. I would totally buy this book. Absolutely. You can get this book on Amazon. You can also get it an electronic version on Kindle. So on Amazon, I currently looked this book up on Amazon. It is available for $21.86 US dollars. The electronic version on Kindle is available for $11.99. It's a bargain, believe me. This book has got so much in it. It's definitely worth the price. Last question. Have I tried any projects from this book? Well, I started one. I did start one. I did one of the squares. I want to say it was the Celtic cross square. Yes, the Celtic cross square. Sorry, I had to look it up. I did try that, and it came out beautifully, I think. The color that I had at home was the rainforest and unforgettable. So it wasn't the color recommended in the book that she uses. It's close though. It's very similar. So yeah, I definitely tried it. I found the pattern and the diagram super, super accurate and easy to follow. So I highly, highly recommend this book. Alright, so that pretty much does it for the book. I do want to touch on the author. However, she is so accomplished and amazing. She does have a Facebook page as well, and I did check that out. Super, super impressed with her patterns. I checked them out on Ravelry. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. If you like working with patterns and you want some beautiful new ones to try, definitely check her out on her Ravelry page or on Facebook. Amazing, amazing. Very, very happy to have found this book at my local library. And if you haven't checked out your library for some crochet books yet, give it a try. I was so happily surprised when I did. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope you found it helpful, and you might want to check this one out. All right, have a great, great day, and don't forget to look for the beauty in every day. Love ya. Bye-bye.